Hello everyone and welcome to RLH and welcome to the Canadian Grand Prix. And we are right now in the qualifying stages of proceedings. We see a Haas going out on track of Vinstra, the first person to be out of the pits, and he's already on those soft compound tyres. So it looks like he may have gone on the softer compound tyre strategy option, the tyre compound option, meaning that he will go maybe for a two-stop, or maybe there could be a potential for rain within this race. So guys, thanks for watching the stream if you're watching it late, and if you're already here, thank you very much for watching. But anyway, we're now on board with Vinstra as they go down into turn number 6 and 7. I may have to get a small little graph up because I have a feeling like as the camera is absolutely shocking as we now come through the next few corners, that I will need some kind of track reference. Let's just check that my mic is working, because that would be nice. Right, my mic is working. Right, here we go. So everyone is now ready, and now we need to, yes, should I tell you what we need to do? We need to start, and everyone is most probably watching Pro League instead of this, so we may not get the same amount of views, but I can tell you we'll have the same amount of action as they do in the Pro League, but maybe just a tiny bit slower. Now, right on board with Vinstra for his first lap, breaking down into turn 1, taking it in gear number 4, gear 3 for turn number 2. Now up the gears once again into turn 3 and turn number 4. We're going to go through now with Vinstra. What can he do through turn 4, 5, turn 6 comes in, and it's turn 7 and 8, and he looks like he's backed off, meaning that he could have invalidated his lap. York looks like he's on a lap, so we'll ride on board with him, as Capitano may have to get out of the way. Capitano's actually on a lap, so I think that's probably the best idea to do, because we don't see anyone else in the shot. But it shows that looks like York does have some pace, closing up. Yeah, closing up to York is a well, closing up to Capitano is York. So it's looking good basically for Capitano and for York's pace at the moment. So obviously Capitano is on those mediums and York is on the, no, sorry, I'm getting mixed up from last year. So York is on the hards, and no, Capitano's on the hards and York's on the mediums. So RLH, Capitano and York. York is getting an absolutely amazing tow actually from the back of Capitano. As Capitano comes into the pits, and it looks like York may have been put off by Capitano, and now he's going to have to cross the line at a very slow pace and without a front wing. So York does set at 15.3, so he's not obviously confident with that lap, as I wouldn't be either. But York sets a lap, and Panther Rose goes and smashes it. Obviously I would expect him to with a 109.4. So a good time from the new boy, as Prince kind of sets a very slow lap time as well. Looks like he may have gone for a spin as well, but we're looking for around that 109 mark. I was the only person yesterday to get into the 108s, but we won't mention that. So around a 109 on mediums, maybe on the softs if you're looking for that two-stop, or if there is rain on the calendar, as Appy's still 114.0. Not people really pushing, but I can tell you someone who definitely is Nicker, coming through turn 3 and turn 4 now up towards turn number 6, and they're breaking into 7 and 8 right now. Coming through here is the Finnish driver with a Finnish helmet, looking very nice actually. Now coming towards the next chicane, as he's probably got a bit of the time from the McLaren of DeLuca ahead. Probably getting him a very nice time. Nicker loses it on exit, losing on the curve, and he is round and somehow out of the barrier. He's going to have to wait for others to get past Nicker, as he's just ruined his front wing, hasn't he? As we will ride on board with whoever that is. Don't know who that is. Let's try and find that person. I don't know if we will, but we'll ride on board with the man who we are looking at right now. We're riding on board with Wesley, who's on a lap at the moment. So riding down into the final few corners, does the Haas driver go up the gears once again, up to the line. Wesley goes and sets himself a 109.0 on the soft compound tyres. It looks like if we are going soft soft, medium, or whatever strategy we're going for, it looks like that these guys are setting soft. So we're expecting maybe mid 108s for these guys for their laps. Let's run on board with DeLuca, but he is on the hards as that Appy's just left the session, and sadly I don't believe I can invite him. No, I cannot, as you can just see. So hopefully his teammate will invite him back to the session. Now coming through, hopefully York can, or one of his friends maybe, but now coming through the middle sector is DeLuca. What can he do with his lap? Meanwhile, let's have a look at Goldie. Goldie's also on a lap, but I wonder where he is on his lap. He's going through the first few corners now, so we'll run on board with him later on. But firstly, DeLuca 96. What can he do with his lap? Obviously it's on the hard, so we're not expecting too much, and so should probably get some tyre detail up as well. So DeLuca now braking into the hard braking zone of the Water Champions corner, taking it down into gear 3 to maybe get a bit of a better turn in, but up to the line DeLuca comes, and he goes P4 with a 1:10.9, just losing out to Prince Killer by around 0.2 of a second. As Foxy does say in the chat, come on Goldie. As let's have a look. So Goldie looks like he may have just backed off his lap maybe. I'm not sure actually. He may have just been going through the chicane at normal pace. Not the chicane, so the hairpin. But it looks like Goldie is pushing. And Lord, of course. Yes, obviously. You gotta cheer on a bit of Lord. Goldie coming through the final few corners, and he's rode over the curb. That could be an invalidation for him. Up to line and Goldie. Yeah, it's an invalidation for Goldie. So he'll have to go out again and set another lap time. So let's see if, yeah, let's run on board with Veenstra, who's actually on the sauce right now, to show us what's the maximum grip that we can get. Let's have a look at Black Mamba's Water Champions, unless he does pop into the pits. It's quite a slow Water Champions actually, but I should probably put on some lap data. Yes, that's a very slow lap from him. But it looks like Veenstra is on the pace right now, a 19.5 middle sector. Or is that first sector? That's the first sector. 41.6 middle sector. Now into that last sector. So not many times being set as of yet, but like F1 yesterday, not many lap times were set early on in qualifying because everyone kept invalidating their lap times through the chicane. So now riding on board with Veenstra, coming down towards the Water Champions chicane. Obviously champions such as Schumacher, I believe Vettel's been in there before, and up to line Veenstra does go P3 with a high 1:09 on the soft side, so there is room for improvement. Losing out to his teammate by almost a second there, so he's definitely got some improvement in that Haas car. Riding on board, who should we ride on board with next? Let's ride on board with Walshaber. Walshaber in that Force Indy, he did very well at Monaco, got on the podium, but sadly not the win for him that time out. Well, I expect that soon enough he'll get a win in F2 as it looks like Black Mamba. Yes, Black Mamba has just gone P2 with a 1:09.3. A good lap time from him on those soft compound tyres. So let's ride on board with Walshaber. He's on those mediums as Panther Rose goes and sets the fastest lap time so far of the session. And it looks like he's on an absolute charge at the moment on these soft compound tyres. Another set of them. And at the moment he's the first driver to get into the 1:08s. A 1:08.8 for him. I expect drivers are getting definitely in the 1:08s for this kind of caliber. F2 obviously. I expect probably some really good lap times, maybe even a mid 1:08 on these soft compound tyres if you can. As I expect Skyzy to set a very good lap time as well, as I've definitely seen him up the leaderboards before. Panther Rose. Oh, it's Panther Rose a she. Oh, okay. Okay, my mistake. Panther Rose, fastest girl in esports. My mistake. Panther Rose, fastest girl in esports. I can tell you that right now, except for that Sonic Salting's girlfriend. But except for that, it's a great start for Panther Rose. So coming down into the pits, Panther Rose is on pole at the moment, provisional pole. Obviously loads of people not being sent validated lap times, as it looks like Capitano's just keeping going around the track and trying to get a a few laps together. Lewis, is Panther Rose your friend of some kind? I'm expecting it because you've obviously said that. So let's ride on board with Capitano. It looks like Panther Rose actually does have some really good pace, actually. But now riding on board with Capitano. Will this lap be invalidated? It looks like it for the final corner, otherwise he wouldn't finish it. Up to line. Will it be a competitive lap time? No, he's invalidated it once again. He needs to get a lap together, otherwise he won't actually get a lap on the board. As you can see, a lot of invalidated lap times so far for the drivers, and I expect loads more to come, and a lot of penalties. This is a track where penalties are of usual aspects, as I got 9 seconds, for example, yesterday, as Goldie's on the soft compound tyres on a lap as well. So breaking now down into the next corner, as we now see, hi Sam, first female in RLH. Well, yeah, look at that. That's something to say, isn't it? You're the first female in a I'd say a male-dominated esports game. But it's nice to see that RLH is accommodating to everyone. Hello, Sam. Hope you are enjoying the stream so far, as I hope everyone else is. As now coming down the back straight, Goldie RGG. What can he do with his lap time? We see a load of cars ahead. I believe that could be that's Lord Elephant. Lord Elephant, what can he do? We'll ride on board with him, and then we'll ride on board with Goldie behind him. Lord Elephant goes up into P4, and then Goldie, we need to ride on board with him quickly. We did ride on board with Goldie in time. Goldie got P5 with a 109.6. 2 seconds slower than Lord ahead of him. Pole at the moment is a 108.8, so 2 tenths quicker than Wesley behind. I believe I'm in 720p, 60 FPS, so you should be able to probably see it, but it obviously is a very hard thing to see, as it's just annoying, isn't it? They should have some like white things in the background, like some white background to show, because it's not really the best, is it? But anyway, so we now see people getting ready for laps, and we're coming to maybe the bit of a low, as Wesley has just taken pole away from Panther Rose with a 108.839, only 500ths quicker than Panther Rose in behind. So now loads of times coming onto the boards, as I believe who's just set a lap time. Someone's just gone quite quick, I believe. I'm not sure who it was, but they've set a very fast lap time. I saw a bit of movement in the board, so only 3 people not set laps there yet. Capitano, Aero Specialist, and Nicker. What I would say is get 2 laps in first lap. Get a lap in, and then go for a fast lap after that. Just get any lap in, even if it's like a mid 10. Just get a lap on the board. Panther's been racing line off, but ABS on. Peculiar, because I believe most people, their last assist to turn off is a racing line, but fair play to Panther Rose there. But it looks like maybe a bit of a toe that Wesley is wanting here from a certain DeLuca, but I don't think it's going to happen, as Wesley's about to start his lap. I do believe, or is he coming to the pits? He's coming to the pits now, as he's just set a lap. So Walshaver now, what can he do? So it looks like he's on a flying lap at the moment, but he may be pulling into the pits. He is pulling into the pits. He's not happy with that lap, or it could be maybe an in lap. So, and then he comes back onto the softs. If anyone is watching who's in the lobby, please let me know on the conditions of the track. But York at the moment coming through. He set a good lap so far on the mediums, but he's not going to set a lap on these softs. Right then. So Prince Killer. Wow. I was not expecting that. Prince Killer with a 108.7 on mediums. Shall I tell you what? That would have got him P2. Holy... That would have got him P2 in RLH F1. What the... Oh my... Lads, pick up your game. Prince Killer is out. And he's proving why he should go back to F1 with some positive results so far this season. And all good for Prince Killer at the moment, setting the benchmark. And I expect loads of people with the likes of Panther Rose to try and beat that lap time. The likes of Capitano maybe to beat that lap time. We know he does have some pace. when he wants to use it. Breaking now down into the final corner, using as much of the curb as possible up to line. It's looking okay for Capitano. It's going to be a 109.1, which gets him P4 on the grid so far. He won't have enough time to go out once again on another set of tyres. So that will be most probably his last lap as Aero Specialist, and Nika still not setting lap times. So right on board with Nika then. It looks like he's on a lap. So we'll keep on board with the Mercedes driver. He needs to make this lap count. He's got one more, maybe even two more chances if he doesn't get this right. But it looks like it's looking positive for Nika. Up to line. He will go into P11. So a fresh set of tyres. So right on board with the likes of Wesley, likes of Panther Rose actually. Doesn't look like she's on a fast lap. Wesley is on an out lap. Capitano coming through once again. Black Mamba. So, Black Mamba, what can he do? He's on a lap. Breaking now down into the final few corners. What can Black Mamba do on those softs? Up to the line, he goes really close to the grass there, and he gets a 109.1. He improves up into P5, and I'm sorry for the lack of commentary at the moment. Wolfsburg's on a lap, York's on the end of his lap, and this is the point where we need to be commentating. A load of people, Aero Specialist won't get a time in. Appy needs to set a good time. Let's run on board with him. He's got 30 seconds, so he's got a time for another lap if he needs it, and I think that's what he's going to do. Look at it, he's got all his EOS that he needs, so he'll be the last person most probably to cross the line. I think I see Skyzy maybe. Is that Skyzy? Skyzy hasn't set an amazing time so far as York has improved. Skyzy coming through. That's Lord Elephant then up to the line. He stays ninth. What can Skyzy do? He's on those mediums, so he's looking for an alternate strategy to the other guys. Wesley, what can he do? We know he's quick. Panther Rose coming up to the line. It's not looking like she's going to improve on her lap time. Black Mamba, he's slowed down. Goldie's slowed down. That's DeLuca coming through. Oh, the McLarens have got a toe. The McLarens have ordered the toe. Up to line for DeLuca. It will be P7 for him. Beating Goldie. Goldie will be annoyed about that. He's just been boosted by his teammate. So it looks like, who's that? He's just crossed the line. Not sure, but Wesley does not improve. Someone got promoted, but York it's a P3. A great result from him. Skyzy. What can Skyzy do? As that is Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg's gone pole. Skyzy won't improve. As Appy still needs to set his lap time. Up to line for Appy. What will he do? He needs to go quick. It's going to be a 110.0, but it's going to be the slowest time out of everyone. Everyone in the 109s except for Appy. And then many people in those 108s. Special shout outs to Capitano and Wesley. Capitano and Prince getting into the 108s on mediums. But today, your pole sitter will be Wolfsburg once again for the second time in 2 races in F2. As once again, Keith Miappa, Prince Killer's brother, saying go Prince Killer. As I would say yes, he's had a very good quali. And here we go then for the the standings in quali. So Wolfsburg, the 108.6 got pole, and a very good time for Prince Killer, starting on the mediums with a 108.7, only 2 tenths shy of pole time in F1. P3 is Wesley, P4 is York, P5 is Panther Rose, a very good quality on her debut race in league racing, and first female in league racing. There's Capitano, Veenstra, Black Mamba, DeLuca, Goldie, Skyzy, Lord Elephant, Invisible, Nika, Appy, and Aero Specialist, without setting a time, will be last on the grid. 16 drivers, a very comprehensive grid. So I'm expecting a lot of action from you guys. Mr. Skyzy, looked like he may have invalidated his last lap. So not something that you'd usually see from him. So as I thought, it is a dry race. So that means there will be a lot of different strategies around here. People starting on the softs, people starting on the mediums, and I can guarantee a few people may be starting on the hard compound tyres. People now making their setups, making their strategies, and we'll be waiting. And then we'll come to the formation lap. Right then, here we go then for the start of the formation lap for Walshaber. Basically, Walshaber is the leader of this formation lap. I'm not sure what he'll be able to do, but I expect he'll be something very, very well in this race. But he will have to two-stop unless he can stretch those tyres out as much as possible. So one thing that these guys will be wary about is that some of them will be on the two-stop, some of them will be on the one-stop. So the likes of Prince Killer, if he doesn't get any damage, touch wood, he will be on that one-stop. So we'll have a look at the tyres. As I believe we've got another comment on the stream. So as yeah, Give Me Yipper is now becoming the train of all the fans, as he said, go Prince Killer once again. So Walshaber and Prince Killer are on that front row. So no people starting on the hards, people starting on the mediums though. So everyone 12th down is starting on the mediums. Skyzy starting on the softs. Not sure why Skyzy starting on the softs unless there is rain in this race. If anyone can clarify that, that would be absolutely amazing. But it's looking like no one wants to go long on the hards. So the mediums, yes, they will do it. The softs will have to two-stop. So no one really on the alternate strategy, I would say. Some people on the preferred strategy and some people on that two-stop strategy that we have been seeing as they now come through the Water Champions corner. I expect to see maybe a few front wings being lost here, as loads of people actually have been disqualified from the formation lap for incorrectly doing the procedures. We now see a lot of backing up actually. I believe that's from the likes of DeLuca. 14 seconds by Black Mamba. That's a bit cheeky from him. Very cheeky. Wow. That is the cheekiest play I think I've seen in a long time. So Walshaber's tyres will be absolutely freezing at this point. So here we go then for the start of RLH calendar. Here we go then. So to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights for the start of the Canadian Grand Prix, and it's lights out and away we go in Racing League Cup then. Looks like Aero Specialist has a bad start on the back, but into turn 1 we now go. Walshaber keeps that lead. Wesley and Prince Killer really battling. Wesley will have better traction out that corner, takes P2, Prince Killer P3. And let's have a look further down the grid. We see side-by-side action between Goldie and Vitru. They don't want to be getting contact on lap 1, and it now looks like Skyzy is trying to make up a position on Goldie. Is that going to happen? Not at the moment. Looks like Black Mamba's had a bit of contact maybe, and that's someone round. That's an RLH Capitano round, as Lord Elephant looks like he's had a bit of damage as well. But Capitano at turn 6 and 7 this round, and that is not what he'll be wanting at the start of his race. And also he's on the mediums. He's looking to go long in this race, and it's not going to happen. Lord Elephant completely cut the chicane there, as it looks like Prince Killer and York is still in the battle, as Panther Rose at the moment is losing a few positions on this first lap. Vitru and Goldie, they're in a battle as well, and everyone's in a battle, as this is a DRS train galore around here. Everyone should be in a battle at this moment in time. Coming down into the left, the right-left chicane, and oh, that's Prince Killer round. Prince Killer's lost it on entry. And I'm expecting, yes, he does have wing damage, as I've completely jinxed him. Even though I said touch wood. So Lord Evan, Prince Killer and Capitano are in the pits on lap 1. And it looks like Panther Rose may have some kind of damage as she's losing positions quickly, or that may be due to race pace. We're not sure, but Goldie has gained a lot of positions on lap 1, now on lap 2, and he's up into P5. Good start from him as Capitano, Lord, and Prince Killer have not had the best start possible. Knights of Lord has just had a shocking last few races in French-speaking countries, so that is not good for him. So the closest gap at the moment is between Skyzy, and he's closing up to Veenstra. Now coming down into the next corner, and out of the corner, looking for the gaps at the moment. The closest gap is between these two. So now down into the next few corners, braking right now down into the World Champions chicane. We've seen all the action happen here as Wolgebert sets a fast lap. He's now 1.4 seconds ahead of anyone, as looks like Prince Killer's brother is not happy in the slightest that his brother has got some kind of damage. So now coming through the next few corners, it looks like more DeLuca is making a battle onto the back of Skyzy than the other way around. DeLuca with his Ayrton Senna helmet. Oh, Veenstra's lost the back end, and now Veenstra has lost a position in the process, and 2 positions actually lost in the process, so that's a 3 position for these lot as Aero Specialist comes into the pits now. Pits onto the hard compound tyres, comes out of the pits most likely in last, and he's just got to work his way back up now. The number 19, obviously respecting Antoine Hubert, is Antoine Hubert's number, I expect. So it looks like there's a bit of a battle maybe coming on for maybe the podium in the next few laps, so we'll keep an eye out for that. But right on board with Invisible right now as he's lost time, and Appy's gaining time to the back of Invisible. This could be a battle quite soon, and they both have that DRS that they need. Now coming into the end of lap 3, starting lap number 4 for these guys. Invisible cut the chicane, as York is definitely improving on lap time. He's got the fast lap of this race so far, down to turn 1. Looks like no moves will be happening at this moment in time. But let's have a look at York. York won't be making a pass quite so soon. It looks like Wesley's hit the wall. You can't even see Wolgebert in this shot. Yeah, he's already coming through 7. And that is a comprehensive lead for him so far on those softs. But one thing to remember, these guys will have to 2-stop in this race. So the likes of Nika, he will only have to 1-stop. That could be quite fundamental for his race. Prince Killer, don't know why he's pitted onto the softs, but he has. And he's looking maybe for 1-stop, but he's lost the back end there. Not what he will want to be doing as he tries to venture away around Lord Elephant. There's Appy, and look at this. This is a 4-way train for P9 at the moment. Appy taking a wider line, hoping for a better exit. Invisible tries to go down the inside, and around the outside Appy goes into P11, and only off the verges of the points now for the Dutch driver. And looks like Invisible's coming for a bit of a fight, and Appy has had to back out of that. He's seen it down the inside, and he's cut the chicane completely and hasn't got a penalty from it. Somehow he's going to have to let Invisible pass, I do believe. Yes, he will. It looks like he may have got an illegal overtake from that. But after all of that, Appy does not gain that position. As Invisible did come back and get it from him. Panther Rose, though, she's trying to defend her way from the Skyzy, who we know is very quick, as Prince Killer does get past Lord Elephant in the end, and he needs to get him past quite quickly, as Panther Rose right now is right on the back of Goldie's. Goldie makes a mistake out of 7. Into the next few corners now, into the right. Oh, it looks like Panther Rose may have just clipped the wall on the left-hand side, but it looks like she's come away damage-free with still a left end plate in contact. Is breaking now down into the next corner. Mr. Skyzy goes, and that could be a move quite quickly. Yes, it is. Into P6 for the charging Mr. Skyzy at this moment in time. But meanwhile, DeLuca, he's making the opportunity as well of getting past Panther Rose. At the moment, the race pace isn't showing what a quality pace did. Breaking now down into the Water Champions corner, and DeLuca has somehow got past Panther Rose there. As it looks like Panther Rose is being a bit too nice and needs to fight for those positions a bit more as Veenstra comes to the pits at the end of lap 5. Doesn't look like he's got wing damage, so it's literally he's just done with those tyres. And it looks like there may be a bit of a pit window open now for the softs, mediums, medium strategy. As we now see Aero Specialist needing to somehow get up some positions. But at the moment, what a lead Waterbury has with 6 laps gone in this race. A 4-second lead. 8 tenths a lap, basically, at the moment. But now, this is probably why, because Wesley is defending so well from York, as Goldie loses a position to the ever-charging Skyzy. At the moment, who has gained the most positions? It's Skyzy with 6 positions gained, followed by Nicker with 5 positions gained. But Skyzy is on an absolute charge right now. He wants to get that podium. He wants to get that win. But is the win already out of grasp for him? A 5-second lead almost for Waterbury over Wesley. As Wesley is now getting past, and oh, Wesley comes into the pits. I've already got killed there in the back end, but no, both him and yeah, he comes into the pits, and now looks like Black Mamba is now charging York. He's gone for the move, and Black Mamba has made it, as York has now been off-put by Wesley's move into the pits. York has lost that position down to Black Mamba, so now York in P5 and Black Mamba in that P4 position. No, Black Mamba in P2, sorry, and Skyzy in that P4 position. Appy coming out of the pits as well, as very famous pit lane. There's Panther Rose and Wesley, both next to each other. There's Panther Rose. How's Panther Rose got out ahead of Wesley? Maybe he got held up, I'm not sure, but Wesley looks like he's lost a ton of time. He may have had a wing change. That could be a reason why he's so slow in that trying to compare. So they're breaking now down into the next few corners. So now breaking down, and look at that, York and Skyzy are in battle. Oh no, never mind, they're not in battle. It's York and Black Mamba now coming to the pits. So these tyres have gone forward at this point. Skyzy, has he been able to manage them? Obviously he came from P11. So now Mr. Skyzy, 6 seconds behind Waterbury, and him and Waterbury both need to pit. So now, looks like at the moment, Waterbury has got an outstanding lead, as Invisible and Nicker are in a battle as well. Lord Elephant is actually being tracked down by Aero Specialist. Looks like Lord has made a mistake at one point, as Black Mamba picks up a 3-second time penalty. And looks like Wesley is looking to get past Panther Rose, as Aero Specialist does come past Lord, as Lord comes into the pits for a set of hard compound tyres. And those should probably go to the end of the race if he can preserve them and turn maybe his diff down to 50%, is what most people sometimes do. But I don't know what happened to Wesley. Wesley down in P10 now. It must have had a wing change, as now he's closing up to Panther Rose, as Waterbury now pits. Right, this is vital. So Waterbury now pits. Comes out of the pits. Will he be put up in traffic? So that is Nicker and Invisible coming past now. He will come out, I'm not sure, in comparison to these two. Panther Rose picks up a 3-second time penalty. So yes, Waterbury will come out. And Panther Rose has been, she's retired from the race. Oh, she's done a Kevin Magnussen. She's lost it in the middle of the track, Panther Rose. Oh, she's lost it in the World of Champions. Both Toro Rossos now losing out of the World of Champions. One has recovered to P11 at the moment, and the other now in the barrier. And sadly, her debut has ended with a DNF. Not something that Panther Rose would have wanted to see. Something that Lord Evan may have wanted to see, though, is a certain safety car, which he has not got. So, shame for him. But now, Waterbury, interesting strategy call, has gone back onto those soft compound tyres. And I'm having to guess what his strategy is. Soft, soft, hard is what I believe he may be doing, as he now gets the DRS on Invisible. And this looks like maybe a move for P4 if he can get this. Braking now down, and it's not going to be a move. But, oh, bit of a touch. And he's sent Invisible into the wall. He's sent Invisible into the wall. Waterbury hit Invisible in the back, and Invisible is now out of this Grand Prix. It's the second DNF now. Yellow's in sector 3, and Invisible will not be happy with that. Having a great race, battling with Nicker, and now it's over for Invisible, as Appy picks up a 3-second time penalty out of that chicane. But Walshaber may have front wing damage. We need to analyse this. On the left-hand side, let's have a look. I'm looking at his front wing now. I couldn't really see from that shot. His front wing looks fine. His front wing does look fine as he now easily gets past Nicker. So the gap is only 9 seconds now to Skyzy. Skyzy will be on very, very old soft compound tyres, which will not be lasting much longer into this race. Look, it's already almost 8 seconds now. So we need to have a look at this leader gap. It's 9.4 actually. I can't add to save my life. Yeah, it's around that 9-second gap. So now Walshaber just needs to gain time, hopefully get some DRS. And Skyzy continues on for another lap, doing that one-stop strategy, maybe pitting about lap 12. So he's doing 14 deads right now. Walshaber obviously coming out of the pits last lap, I do believe. Let's have a look at what Walshaber can do over the line. He goes and sets. Let's have a look at Walshaber's last lap time. It was a 12.8, so he's 1.2 seconds a lap quicker. That won't be enough at the moment as Goldie picks up a penalty and is closing up to Goldie at an alarming pace. But that's not the person he's worried about. Skyzy can potentially go soft to hard here. So he needs to get past Goldie basically, does Walshaber, quite quickly if he's going to have any chance. Goldie does do his one move onto the right hand side and down the left hand side. Walshaber goes into P2. Now this is where it gets interesting. It's a 9-second gap, 8-second gap even, for that lead of the race. Skyzy's lap times are about 2 seconds slower than Walshaber's. So it just depends when Skyzy pits. I know you can pit quite soon into this race, but it's also the fact that you need to preserve those hards as well, because those hards can go the distance, but you have to make them go the distance, if you get me. So you can't just thrash them around. So now Goldie comes into the pits at the end of lap number 10. And is he going onto those hards? Yes, he is. He's going to try and do 25 laps on those hards, which I can say is doable. Very doable. So I expect him maybe to... He has a chance of winning this if Skyzy doesn't make this achievable. So it's now... That gap is closing. It's ever closing. We just need to know if Walshaber has damage, as we can see a definite Sport Pacer Racing Point Formula 1 team design on his helmet. But obviously supporting the number 19 on his car. So is Aero Specialist, showing their respect to Antoine Hubert. So all Walshaber catches is oversteer there. At the moment 6.6 seconds. So he's getting another few seconds in this lap. So to Skyzy pits. Skyzy does actually come into the pits at the end of this lap now. So he'll come onto the hards. Walshaber still has those pace on those softs. So what Walshaber can do is he can literally just hit the cliff of those tyres and just come into the pits whenever he wants. He has a freedom to pit onto those hards whenever he so pleases. Or maybe, if he can stretch his tyres, maybe go onto the mediums if he can make it. And that would be interesting, but I expect not, as Walshaber did come in quite early for those tyres, lap 9. So if he goes maybe to lap 18, I'm not sure if he'll be able to fit a set of mediums or not. It'll be a close call, as they can do about 15 laps. So it'll just be a bit close at the line. So we just need to see a big gains from Walshaber here, as looks like the closest battle at this moment on track is between DeLuca and York. DeLuca on 4-lap older mediums, while York has gone for a more aggressive strategy like Walshaber on those softs. So it looks like DeLuca will have to pit again, but it'll probably be for the softs at the end of the stint, while York will have to pit for maybe the hards. So I'm not really sure what these guys will do. As I said at the start of the race, this difference in strategy is really, really interesting about here. As DeLuca and York are very close to each other now, as York's had a bad exit at the final corner. And I've just got news that Panther did get pushed into a wall, the same maybe as a certain a certain Invisible did, but still going side by side through the next few corners. Oh, DeLuca and York almost losing it there. And DeLuca, being the responsible driver he is, obviously winner of the Season 3B Championship, able to get out of that when he needed to. But York doesn't look like he's got the grip that DeLuca has. Round the outside, DeLuca goes. We've got yellow sector 3 for Appy, it looks like. Round the outside, DeLuca goes, and that is a move for the leaders. It looks like, not for lead, for P3. As looks like Appy has got some really bad front wing damage. So Appy now coming to the pits. Obviously, not a successful outlap for him. But now we just need to have a look at the likes of Skyzy. Skyzy versus Worshiper, once again, it's a battle that we all need to look out for. It's only an 11-second gap, but we know it's around, I don't know, about 15 seconds for a pit stop around here. It's around about that. You don't lose that much time. But what if a VSC came out for Worshiper? This would be absolutely perfect for him. He just needs to keep gaining that time. It's DeLuca and York are still in battle. It's DeLuca sending out the inside of York, it looks like. They're still in battle. I don't know how a front wing hasn't been exchanging this. But coming down into the next few corners, DeLuca keeps that P3 and York gets a 3-second time penalty. It looks like his grip is just gone on those tyres. Worshiper will probably be pitting soon onto the hard. So it's York and DeLuca. York has been pushed around by DeLuca, and York has lost any chance of that podium now, as down in P7 he is, and Vince has been able to overtake him. As I expect York will be coming to the pits at the end of this lap for the hards, and that'll be his last pit stop of the race if he can. But it looks like Appy's already been lapped. Yeah, he would have been. So he's doing one less lap than everyone else at this moment in time. So it's looking like clouds are coming over, but not significant enough for any threat of rain in the next definitely few laps. But it looks more down at turn 1. It looks a bit more vicious, but I don't expect any rain to start falling in the near future for these drivers. So now the question is, Worshiper, what will he do here as Appy picks up a 3-second time penalty? Will Worshiper pit soon or not? We need to have a look at their comparison of lap time right now, shall we? So Worshiper, his last lap time was a 12.5, his fastest lap time so far. Skyzy's just been setting around a 13.3 as Aero Specialist has left the session. So wait, what was Worshiper's time again? It's a 12.5, so he's not that much quicker now. It's only about a second a lap as Aero Specialist has just completely lagged out the session, and hopefully he'll be able to get back in the session with a backup invite if Nika did send them. Hopefully he did, otherwise the Aero Specialist will be losing a position to Lord Elephant in the near future. But now riding on board with Wesley. Wesley's right at the back of DeLuca ahead. DeLuca looks like he wants to defend it, as he showed with his tensions towards York, as Wesley has just easily got past down the inside as he rode the curb, and he's got a 3-second time penalty for his cause, for his nuisance on track of obviously cutting the corner. You're going to get some kind of penalty, aren't you? Black and white flag, as Charles Leclerc said as he pushed Lewis Hamilton out. But DeLuca at the moment being moved down into P4. It's more a thing of endurance than anything else. I assume Bert will get a 5-second penalty. You're assuming that from his contact with Invisible. I'm not sure. It looked like Invisible did slow down on exit. I'm not sure. It didn't look deliberate from my view. Obviously you may have a different point of view on that case. Yeah, with Invisible, I don't know. I feel like that's more of a racing incident, but Invisible may think different, other drivers may think different. I obviously only have one view on this as a commentator. There's no replay functions, and we do have the yellow flags in sector 2 right now as Appy's run wide. Appy let drivers through. I'm not sure. The stewards will decide, not me. Let's just say that, even though I am a steward. But I don't know. Worshiper looks like he must have to come into the pit soon, as his tyres will be wearing out. Sure, I'm not sure, mate. We'll have to look at it closer, as it could be the fact of he did go into the back of him, and that was the main reason behind it, but it could have been a racing incident. I'm not sure. We need to have a look at someone else's view. So anyway, Wolschaber now coming through, and he's not really gaining time anymore to the likes of Black Mamba in behind, who are on 10 lap old mediums. So Wolschaber's last lap was a 12.9. So he's been saying consistent times. Skyzy's last lap was a 12.9 as well. So the lap times are equal. So this is the time where Wolschaber needs to come into the pits for a new set of tyres to go to the end of the race with. So will he come into the pits? Will he be sensible? He'll go for another lap. He's comfortable with his tyres apparently. As a gap, it was 11 seconds. It's 12 now. If I was Wolschaber, I'd come into the pits right now. But I think he's maybe going for the mediums. This is what I'm thinking here. He's going long on these softs and then pissing onto the mediums. That's my thoughts on this. As they come through now towards the next few corners. So Skyzy's got clean air, which he needs to oh, it's yellow flags in 62. Appy's retired from the session. He was in last, but that is a shame for him. So we only have 12 runners left in this race. But odd stops wise, some people have already taken their second stop, like York. But some people like so it's because there's a difference in strategy, we're not really sure. But Black Mamba and DeLuca both have very good races. So is Skyzy so fast. And Skyzy still has the potential to win this race. So is Wolschaber. But it's all about that 5-second penalty. And all about penalties in general. Wolschaber has got a penalty. So Skyzy doesn't have a penalty. Wolschaber doesn't have a penalty either. As Wolschaber now comes into the pit lane. I wonder what it will be after. Here we go. And this is where the game does change around. So Wesley comes to the pits now. Skyzy is coming up to the line now. Where is Wolschaber? Wolschaber coming out of the pits. Skyzy's actually technically ahead of him now. But down into turn 1, Skyzy has got this lead by a significant margin. That's about 5 seconds. But now, something else comes into this. A difference in strategy. Gap is 4 seconds. Skyzy on the hards. Wolschaber on the mediums. It's not over until the fat lady sings here. I can tell you right now, we're not over. So, going on to stops. So these two will definitely 100% have to pit for a new set of tyres. So Skyzy will come out in the provisional lead. Looks like Black Mamba may have taken a wide approach into the hairpin there. But at the moment, we need to just have a look at the relative pace between Skyzy and Wolschaber. As now Goldie is on his own. Capitano, good recovery so far. Obviously he will have to pit again, but on to probably over the mediums or softs. Probably the mediums. So his hards have gone 18 laps, but they can go 25. So he'll probably be coming to the pit soon. Another person to look out for is Wesley. He will definitely go up the grid a lot due to others having to come into the pits. Nick will have to pit again. That will free him up into P7. Capitano will again. Goldie won't. So Wesley will at least gain 2 positions. So he's up into P6 at the lowest. So gaps between Wolschaber and Skyzy. We just need to have a look at this gap because this is a battle for the lead right now. Also the fact, when will DeLuca pit? Will Skyzy catch up to DeLuca or not? That could be another big thing in this race. Vinsha gets a 3-second time penalty as well. And now Gats are now spreading out. It's all about this strategy gem. When does DeLuca pit? When does Black Mamba pit? Black Mamba's done a terrible exit out of the final few corners. Coming down the back straight. It looks like he's lost it on exit. And DeLuca now inherits the lead of this race. And this may be also P3 in the race for DeLuca's Black Mamba. He hasn't got wing damage, I don't suspect. But this could be obviously pitting onto another set of mediums. He don't think the softs will go. Will he come out ahead of Goldie though? That's the question. So Black Mamba versus Goldie. So Black Mamba, Goldie coming around the final corner. Black Mamba still coming out of the pit lane. We now see Goldie come past. It's going to be close out of the pit lane. Goldie versus Black Mamba. Black Mamba can now go on to full speed. Goldie coming around, and Goldie's got P4 at the moment. But now, Black Mamba on new mediums. Goldie on 10 lap old hards. So those hards will easily go to the end. They're probably in their prime right now for the McLaren driver. Gap now between Skyzy and Walshaber, only a second. This is where the race may come out of hand for Skyzy before any penalties come into I don't know why I said lads, I've completely forgot as I was reading something. But anyway, Walshaber really now closing up to the back of Skyzy, and Black Mamba doing the exact same thing to Goldie now. So let's run on board with Walshaber now. He's closing up to Skyzy at an alarming rate. Looks like Skyzy may have made some kind of mistake, or just due to Walshaber's pace on those medium compound tyres. You know what, shall we have a look at fastest lap? Wesley's got it at the moment with an 11.5, so a good lap from him. So get that fast up. It's Aero Specialist, a lap down. It does come out of the pits as a AI ghosted car. Nicker now comes into the pits for his final pit stop. Points will be on the grabs for him, but he does have a 5-second stop go penalty, which could really not be good for him. It's now looks like Prince Killer could be on him. Yeah, Prince Killer versus Nicker here. This could be a battle, as Nicker's still coming down that pit lane. Prince Killer over the line, he now comes, so he now does overtake Nicker, but Nicker now comes out the pit lane. It's going to be close. Nicker is now down into P11 actually, up into P10, and he's got that position, but Veenstra is ahead of him. But Capitano and Wesley have now exchanged positions. I've just heard, I'm listening to music at the same time, Miley Cyrus, We Can't Stop has just come on, so I'm a very happy boy right now, as here we go, Walshaber versus Mr. Skyzy for the net race lead at this moment in time. Walshaber's got it, but I can tell you right now, we're not over yet, because we've got outside penalties, external penalties to presume as well, as Walshaber comes as the fast lap of the race, just to rub salt into the room for Mr. Skyzy right now. DeLuca only 4 seconds ahead of these guys now. DeLuca obviously will have to pit in the next coming laps for a set of soft compound tyres. So he'll come out around Goldie actually, around Goldie Wesley pace. So, what can they do as I'm listening to a song at the same time? I'm dying inside, but at the moment Gab's exploding again. It looks like Skyzy doesn't have the pace. He may have some kind of wing damage, or is that just, yeah, it looks like it's just pace tyres. But at the moment everyone just hanging on as we're coming to the low in the race before everyone completes their strategies. As it looks like Veenstra and Nicker are actually in a bit of a battle, as Veenstra's been able to hold on to the back of the charging Nicker. Haas versus Mercedes. This could definitely end quite spicy, as DeLuca now pits at the end of lap 24 onto lap 25 now for the driver of the McLaren. Where will he come out is another question. He's feared on those tyres, so he comes out behind DeLuca. Where's Goldie? He could be on a battle with his teammate here actually, coming out of the turn number 1. Goldie versus DeLuca. DeLuca perfectly comes out ahead of Goldie. Team tactics maybe, I'm not sure, but look at that. DeLuca just giving Goldie, saying thank you to Goldie. Thank you, mate. Oh no, massive crash. Nick is out of the race, as looks like Nico and Vija have had a hospital crash. Yellow flags to sector 3. How is that not a safety car? I don't know. It looked like Nico was spun up into the air there. The charging Mercedes now no longer on a charge with his rear right tyre. I believe, no, front right tyre. Completely on his car. And we do have a VSC in process right now. It's Goldie and Capitano. Goldie's hit the wall. Goldie's lost it. Oh no. Goldie just needs this VSC to go on for a bit longer, otherwise he is completely messed up. So he just needs this to go on for as long as possible, as now only 11 drivers left in this race, as Aero Specialist is well, he's not racing, is he? Is now, look at them coming into the VSC, as Goldie does get a 5-second stop go penalty for speeding in the pit lane, but he just needs to benefit from this VSC as much as possible. He gains about maybe 5-10 seconds, but he's got the front wing to change, so that is almost neutralised. The effect is neutralised. Prince Killer won't be able to attack these guys if Goldie does come out of the pits. DRS is back up, and we are back into green flag conditions. No real close gaps right now, but the Wolfsburg Skyzy gap is one to keep an eye out for. So 4 retirements from this race. 3 of them have been at the Wall of Champions. Not something that we'd like to see. But if there's any place where you want to crash, it's at the Wall of Champions. Like the name, just on its own, it's just amazing. Oh, where did you crash last night? The Wall of Champions. Like, does it or does it not show that you're a bit of a champ for crashing into that wall? Surprised that Luca hasn't crashed into it. May have just jinxed his whole career here, but let's try and not. So Prince Killer actually did get out ahead of Goldie, as Goldie has lost a lot of time. As now Goldie on those soft amount tyres will be able to push, and I imagine that maybe if he can get this right, he may be able to go up into P7. But it's all about the penalties situation as well. I'm not going to have a look at penalties for the suspense. That will be the end of this race, because I know that people can pick up penalties, and I was feeling F2 maybe a bit better than F1 about this with the penalty situation. It doesn't look like I've been seeing every 20 seconds something pop up in the bottom left hand side of my screen. So a good turnout for the lot. But now Goldie, closest gap, actually never mind, it's not the closest gap, and now York and a certain RLH Capitano are closing up towards each other, as Capitano is now having to get a bit of dirty air from the Sauber Alfa Romeo ahead of him. Should we have a look at this F4 race then, very quickly? It's wet in F4. Oh wow. Right then, so we're coming through now. It looks like it's a bit more exciting F4. Phillips winning. So now Capitano closing up to the back of a certain Capitano. Capitano now closing up to the back. Sorry for that little mute. I was just shocked into silence. Philip is currently winning in F4. He's winning a race at this moment in time. He's going to win this at this point. But anyway, riding on board with Capitano now. He's on with York. And this can really, really benefit the likes of Goldie. He needs to close up Prince Killer and York. York gets a 3-second time penalty. Not good for minutes. What? York crashes into the Wall of Champions. Well, the exit of it. But still. Oh, York's retired for the session. He's not happy with himself. He's left the session in disgust. As we're now down to 10 races. The Wall of Champions claiming another victim. And Lord Edmund is in the points. But now... So that is not good, but people is good for is the likes of Goldie, the likes of Prince Killer, as we've got more yellow flags in Sector 1 for that incident. Breaking now down into the next few corners. York will not be happy with himself, as at the moment it looks like I'm going to be interviewing Wolfsburg, Skyzy and Black Mamba, but DeLuca is closing up very quickly behind at this moment in time. Goldie breaking now down into the next few corners he goes, and at the moment he is not closing at the rate that I would presume he could. But at the moment, both tyres at the moment that you can see, the mediums and also the softs are probably in their peak window right now. Lap 7, so the softs are 3 laps on, so they're probably in their peak, and so are the mediums. So this is probably why you're seeing not much of a gap. Exchanges now coming down into the Water Champions for another time. You just got to be a bit careful through here. Capitano with a 3-second time penalty, which could really benefit these two. It all depends about the amount of penalties they got, but at the moment it's looking like this gap is almost stabilising between the McLaren and the... Oh no! DeLuca's got a 3-second time penalty. Let's have a look. Black Mamba does have 1 penalty. DeLuca has... Oh, he's got 4 penalties, says DeLuca. Any chance of DeLuca being on the podium is gone severely. So that is completely him out of things now. So now Goldie versus the certain points killer ahead. One in a Honda engine, one who is formerly in a Honda engine. Is Wesley now behind DeLuca, also picks up a time penalty. Is this Goldie's time to shine? Is he going to get the gold medal from this? Probably not, as he's about... How far is he behind the lead? Oh no! Oh no! My controller's disconnected. I don't know if I'm even commentating anymore. I need to check. I'm going to probably miss Goldie's move. Okay, you can still hear me. Goldie versus Prince. No, my controller's disconnecting. No. Okay, no move, no move. No. It's not working. No. Guys, I'm so sorry. Oh no, I probably missed so much action. Come on. Oh, now I've got to check again. Are you going to charge? Are you going to charge? I think it's charging. I think it's charging. It is charging. Good. But I've missed a battle. God damn it. But it's still going on. I need to now check, as loads of notifications popping up on my screen. Wesley come to the pits. As it looks like at the moment... Right. Loads of things coming up, so you probably can't even see who's actually winning this. Wesley comes into the pits. Can you still hear me? Right, I can still hear things, which is good. But I'm literally... Oh no! Look at that, Prince and Goldie. Massive contact. There to completely avoid turn number 2. Through turn 3, Goldie's got that position. But will he have to give it back? He's got that 3-second time penalty now. So that could be bad for him. That could be very bad. I haven't looked at his time penalties, just to spice up the battle a bit. And I'm going to listen to a bit of One Republic to finish this race. Wherever I go, what a tune it is. Yes, I am promoting them, but I don't even care. They're a great band. But anyway, Prince Killer is now losing time. Does he have wing damage? Yes, that's the wrong side of the wing. I want to have a look at the other side of the wing. He does not have wing damage, so it's just down to pace. But DeLuca now versus Black Mamba. So Black Mamba has actually overtaken DeLuca. I do. No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. DeLuca was always in fourth. But closing up to Black Mamba now. He's on very old tyres. Those tyres will be feeling it. Black Mamba's maybe not as much, actually. But he does hit the grass as Black Mamba. But on the inside, everyone hits that grass on the inside. Black Mamba being a bit more aggressive with the track limits, unlike DeLuca, who already knows it. He's got tons of penalties on his hand. He doesn't want any more. So DeLuca now looking for that podium on track. May not be a podium after penalties, but crossing that line in third is much better than crossing that line in fourth position. Knowing that you do have that pace for third, but sadly lost it on the amount of penalties. Breaking now down into the next corner. DeLuca down the inside of Black Mamba now. And that is a move for P3, but Black Mamba will not have DOS actually. So is this now a charge maybe for DeLuca to catch up to a certain Mr. Skyzy? Breaking now down into the next 3 corners. Wolfsburg is completely just winning this by an absolute margin. As Wesley now closing up to Prince Killer. Why does it have to end now? Can we have another 5 laps please after this? Because Wesley is closing up to Prince Killer. DeLuca is closing up to Skyzy. Black Mamba is still on that charge for a podium. And now Wesley goes to the inside, down into the Water Champions corner. Has he got that move done? Yes, he has. confidently. As it looks like, is there rain? There's rain! Why couldn't this race go on for a few more laps? There's rain now. It's come too late though. It's come way too late into this race. Could this benefit DeLuca? DeLuca obviously being on the most grippy tyres out there on the softs compared to Skyzy's hard. Skyzy will have no grip in the wet. She's just praying right now. The Canadian gods bless him. He's going to say his prayers in French here and hope that his tyres do cling on. They've been on for 21 laps for goodness sake. He's just going to make sure his braking is fine, and he should be fine. Wolfsburg should be fine if he just gets all the corners right. Wesley versus Goldie. Wesley on 2-lap old times. He'll get past Goldie in an absolute second because of the grip difference. Black Mamba gets a 3-second time penalty in the process. Why does that? Oh my God, Goldie locks up. Why does it have to all happen now then? Coming on to the last lap of this race now. I'm looking at the DeLuca gap. That's going to be closing. Wesley's gap is going to be closing. I have no clue where to look right now. Breaking now down into the Water Champions. Look how much grip Wesley has compared to Goldie. It's unlimited almost. Coming through the final corner, we've got yellow flags. I need to have a look if that's any of the top three. No, it isn't. Breaking now down into turn 1. He doesn't have many chances, but sector 2 yellows. Oh, Lord Elephant, no! Oh, Lord. But anyway, Lord having damage on that final lap. We need to have a look at this Wesley battle. Wesley, will he make it into the next corner? He won't, so he'll be down the last straight. But coming down the final straight right now, a dominant win after playing the strategy call right. Up to light for Wolfsburg. Is this his first RLH win? I think it is. Up to light. Wolfsburg takes the first place on the podium. Skyzy will take P2 in the end, as it looks like DeLuca is closing, but not by a margin enough. We need to have a look. I'm sorry, we're going to miss a few battles down into the hairpin, and this is 4. So Black Mamba takes P3 in the end. DeLuca takes P4. But here we go. The final battle that we'll see on track today. Wesley has the DRS. He's got the ERS. He's got the slipstream. Will he get past Goldie? He's going to be close down into the Water Champions. Goldie will be defending this with all his might. Oh no! Goldie's lost it. Goldie's lost it. Final corner, final lap. It's like Verstappen last night. He's tried to defend it, and it's gone horribly wrong. Goldie up the line will only take P8 after penalties, and Vinci will take the final position, and Lord obviously being lapped in this race. But Goldie on that final lap, oh no, he was on for P6. But Wesley and Goldie side by side into that corner just doesn't work, as DRS has now been disabled. A few more laps and this would have been a lot more interesting. Up to life for Vinstra. He takes home the 9th position on this grid. What an interesting race this was. Well done to everyone who raced in it. And a very, very tough race, as Skyzy says in the RLH F2 chat. Here we go then. Look at this. Wolfsburg takes the win in RLH F2. P2 is Mr. Skyzy. A great recovery from him. A pole to win conversion for Wolfsburg nonetheless. And P3 today was Black Mamba. A great result from the Sport Pace and Racing Point Formula 1 team driver. So drama all the way up to the line. So now, Wolfsburg takes that win. Second is Skyzy. Third is Black Mamba. Fourth is DeLuca. P5 is Capitano. P6 is Wesley. P7 is Prince. P8 is Goldie. P9 is Vinstra. P10 is Lord Elephant. And your DNFs were Aero Specialist, York, Nika, Appy, Invisible, and Panther Rose, who had a very good start, but sadly didn't make anything of it. Same with York. And now everyone leaving the session. I need to invite the top 3 to the podium interviews. So that'll be Wolfsburg, Skyzy, and a certain Black Mamba. I've been up all night, no sleep. That's an absolutely amazing scene, by the way. Mr. Skyzy. And then thirdly on the podium was a certain Black Mamba. I can't find Black Mamba. Oh, I didn't invite them. God's sake. Lads, I'm going to have to send invites again. I'm so stupid. Mr. Skyzy and Wallstrabert. Sorry for the delay, lads. I'll invite them to... No, I just need to get Black Mamba's profile and send him a party invite the other way. Sorry for all the blue screening, guys. If anyone does have any questions, please leave them down in the chat to ask the top 3 on the podium interviews. So let's just wait for the top 3 to get in the shall start. So let's see if Skyzy joins. I may have to send them another invite, maybe. So we're just going to wait for a minute. So that is a certain Mr. Skyzy joins, and Black Mamba has also joined as well. The top 3, you are very much welcome to this party today. The top 3 for the Canadian Grand Prix, and what a race it was to the end. You may have not seen it, but behind, my God, with that rain coming in with the final few laps, it was absolute hectic scenes further down the grid. But anyway, lads, we will start off with the race winner. It's a pole to win conversion, and I believe it's your first win in RLH, if I'm not mistaken. Wallstrabert, well done.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah,
how was your race?
First win,
yeah, first win. How was that race?
Yeah, it was a good race. I didn't expect to have that much pace, but I had a good start. Then I could pull away from Wesley, I believe. Then I saw before the start it was gonna rain in the last couple of laps, so strategy-wise I didn't really know what to do, but I went for the two-stop, which was a good choice at the end. Although the last few laps were really scary when it started to rain, especially in the last chicane.
Well,
but, I made it.
Well, yeah, you made it. Obviously, a very convincing lead as well, 10 seconds. But one thing, did you, with your strategy, obviously, with the rain coming in towards the end, obviously it must have been the last one, saying maybe light rain or whatever, the last bar. Were you almost preempting yourself, as my internet connection is not currently good enough to... What? Is it still streaming? Hang on, sorry. Yeah, it is still streaming. I don't know why it's doing that. But so did you almost preempt yourself by almost picking softer tyres to make sure there were more grip when the rain did come? Maybe say if inters weren't being used, or was it just by pure luck?
No, I first tried to qualify on the mediums, so I could maybe do a one stop, and at that point I didn't know it was gonna rain, so the qualifying was, I think, luck that I had started on the softs at the end, because I don't know if it would have gone this way on the hards. I think it would have been really hard then. So maybe I had to do one stop to softs at the last couple of laps, but yeah, a bit lucky of course with the strategy, but well, yeah, a bit lucky.
Well, yeah, it's your first ever RLH win after how many seasons is that? When did you join?
No, wait, no, it is my first win. No.
Is it your first
it's
win?
My second.
Is
no,
it
it's
your
my
second win?
Yeah.
When did you win?
Remember well, that was the race with where I had a collision with my teammate on the last lap.
What
we
race?
Went side by side in turn 1 at Monaco 2 seasons ago.
Oh, was it in the Haas?
Yes.
So it's not. It's your first win in the F2.
No. Yeah, it's my first win in F2. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, great result from you. Obviously, an outstanding lead towards the end.
Yeah.
Well done. Basically, I don't really know anything else to say.
Yeah, of course, congratulations to Black Mamba and Mr. Skyzy on the podium.
Thanks.
Thanks, mate.
Right,
And
so
that's it.
yep, all good. So thank you for that. Obviously, you collect those 25 points, and I believe a 26 point for fastest lap, if I'm not mistaken. You got that fastest lap.
No.
No, you didn't get that fastest lap.
No, I didn't. I think Veenstra got it.
Vince, you got it. But I believe at one point you did have it. You did have it near the end of the race. So I may have not seen that. But still, 25 points. You can't be sad about that. Well done for that win today. P2. Skyzy, obviously, I don't know what happened with your qualifying. I honestly don't know. P11, unlike you, as someone did actually mention in the comments, Skyzy P11? It can't have been. It couldn't have been like right. Obviously, I've seen your time trial times. They're ridiculous. But you got to be pleased with P2. A great charge back up the field. Obviously, with the one-stop strategy, you must have felt really bad with those tyres at the end. Obviously, minimal grip, and a certain DeLuca was closing at a fast rate. How was that race for you?
As you said, it was a bit of a mess. I have fucked up my setup. So
Language.
I chose the wrong. Sorry, I screw. I don't know how to say in English. I screw my setup. Sorry, and I chose the wrong one. So I was a very like a rocket ship on the straight, but I didn't have any downforce on the corners, a bit like the real Ferrari. But yeah, still 11 to P2 is good. I thought that it was going to rain a bit earlier, and everyone was going to pit for intros, but yeah, unlucky for the rain. I was waiting for that, but yeah, the hot tires were really bad. I think my quickest lap was only 1.12, something like that, so very slow. Obviously, it's not my real pace, as you saw in time trial, but yeah, it's how it is tonight, and I'm still good with P2. It was a very tough race. I had to overtake many people, but yeah, with the downforce I had, it was very easy to overtake on the straight. So yeah, at least my setup works for that. But yeah, very tough race. And for DeLuca at the end, I knew that he had like 12 seconds of penalty, so no need to worry about. And same for Black Mamba. I think he had that 3 or 6, but yeah, I wasn't very worried about that. P2 was almost done and just managed to do the tires, and at the end it was raining, so it was a bit scaring because my tires were like halfway done, so yeah, a bit complicated last lap, but still P2. I will take that happily.
I don't think I've got any other questions to ask. You've literally answered all my questions that I had for you, Skyzy.
Sorry, I have to speak too much.
Yeah, absolutely fine, mate. Less words for me to speak as I'm recovering from a cold. So, well done on that P2. Obviously, a great recovery drive. And, well, we'll see you back next week for another race. And I expect...
In France. It's my home.
It's a home race. Here we go.
I have to win.
And anyway, so thank you for the interview, P2, 18 points. Now, Black Mamba, you had a very interesting race. I could say that, definitely. Definitely a lot of battles. DeLuca, I believe Goldie at one point, I'm not sure. You were just involved in everything.
Yeah.
So just explain your race, because it was pretty eventful, I'd say.
Yeah, I didn't expect that pace, because my qualifying was actually good, and my race pace was very good. I don't know why, but yeah, I'm happy with that. And first of all, congrats to Mr. Skyzy and Wolfsburg for your win.
Congrats, mate.
And
thank you. Congrats.
Thanks. And yeah, the race was pretty tough for me, because I had to keep up the pace, because DeLuca catching up very quickly. and yeah, I'm very happy with that.
Well, yeah, I would be very happy as well. Good result from you there. As people, well, yeah, it's just, I don't really know what to say. You had a very large amount of battles. I think I saw you a few times go a bit wide of the hairpin. Obviously, a few mistakes within there, but in the end, a very good performance.
Yeah, I just watched that. I had no wing damage, so yeah. And I can't keep up my pace, so that's very important in Canada.
Well, yeah, exactly. You just need to make sure that you keep that wing on, and also make sure those time penalties are low, which I kind of didn't do last night at all. I may have almost got a 12-second time penalty. I got 9 in the end, but still, in the end, a very good race from all three of you. Well done to the podium. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I've been Spag, your podium's been the podium, and goodbye.